Welcome to the finals of this Darth Vader tournament. We have on the left the 1 seed Lord Vader against the, in this case, the 5 seed Darth Vader Scourge of the Jedi. Scourge of the Jedi has just been mauling everybody in this tournament. Lord Vader's done well. We will see how this best of 7 goes. Okay, game number 1. Let's do this. Initiative is won by Scourge of the Jedi. Scourge of the Jedi is going to simply stand put, use lightsaber throw 2, and in this situation only needs a 3 or higher to hit. It's going to be very impressive. Probably going to do a lot of damage. Let's see how it goes. A 5 is a hit, and also a hit. Lord Vader here is simply just going to use Assault and Rage to get right up in there and try to do as much as possible. Let's do attack number 1. 18 is a hit. However, riposte can occur. Let's do riposte. A hit. This is going to be really, really hard for Lord Vader to win this one. Holy smokes. Okay. And now I need to roll for Gemso style. A success, and the attack from Gemso style, also a hit. That was just attack number 1. Attack number 2. A 15. That's going to be another hit. Let's do Gemso style roll. A success, and then the attack from Gemso style, also a hit. Boom. Done already. Scourge of the Jedi is going to take game number 1. Let's move on to game number 2. Game number 2. Let's roll for initiative. Initiative in this case won by Vader. Lord Vader is going to do the same thing and now go first. Move, attack. Use the 2 force points, the one I would have gotten, on Assault and Rage. And let's see what damage can be done here. I need to do 2 more force points, I just realized, for Scourge of the Jedi. Attack number 1. I hit. Let's use riposte right off the bat. Do some counterattack damage, easy. Hit as well. That's going to be another 30. That will be a 30 on Lord Vader. And now it's also roll for... Oh, did not succeed in this case with Gemso style. Okay, moving on to attack number 2. Also a hit. But Gemso style is not successful. Attack number 3. A 9 and 14. That's actually barely. No, not barely. That is comfortably enough to be a hit. Let's roll. That is unsuccessful, so that will be 30 damage on Scourge of the Jedi. Now, final attack. A 4. That is not going to hit. And we will move on to Darth Vader's Scourge of the Jedi's turn. Darth Vader's Scourge of the Jedi is simply just going to use double attack. 7 is a hit. And then attack number 2. 15 is also a hit. That'll be 60 damage. Time to set up for initiative. Okay. Initiative was won by Scourge of the Jedi. Let's see what Scourge of the Jedi can do here. Scourge of the Jedi is going to set up and just simply use double attack. To hit, Scourge of the Jedi needs a 3 or higher, so this could guarantee him the win here. 10 is a hit. Attack number 2. Also a hit. That will defeat Lord Vader. Scourge of the Jedi will take game number 2. Let's redo and set up for game number 3. Game number 3 between Lord Vader and Scourge of the Jedi. Initiative is a tie. Okay, Lord Vader wins. Lord Vader will use his force points to use Assault and Rage. Basically, to win this, Lord Vader needs all the attacks to hit and also to not get counterattacked too badly. Gotta make sure I'm not screwing up, and gotta make sure I'm doing 30 damage per hit on Scourge of the Jedi. That could be something I'm missing. Attack number 1 is 12 as a hit. That will be 30 damage. However, riposte is going to come in. Let's use riposte. That is a critical hit. Holy smokes, what a riposte. 50 damage. And then let's roll for Gemso style. Success, and the attack from Gemso style is another critical hit. Just back-to-back critical hits like that. And I'm not sure this is going to work out so well for Lord Vader. So let's move on to attack number 2 from Lord Vader. A 12, that is enough for another hit. However, Gemso style comes into play. Oh, Gemso style does not succeed in that case. So we'll move on to the next one. So attack number 3, a 2. That will be a miss. And probably gonna regret it too. Attack them, then the final attack, a 7. That is barely enough to hit, do 30 damage. However, do Gemso style here. A success, and then the attack from Gemso style, oops, is a 2. That is in fact a miss, not a hit. Very close on that call. Very close call on that. Okay, now we have now time to activate for Scourge of the Jedi. Got away with that very easily. Let's clean this up. Attack number 1, a success, and he will defeat Lord Vader again in game number 3. This is not looking good at all for Lord Vader. I think Scourge of the Jedi may take it. Here we go for game number 4. A tie. A win by Scourge of the Jedi. Scourge of the Jedi is just going to simply use 2 force points here to do 2 damage, or to do 2 attacks. Attack number 1, a 14 is a hit. Attack number 2 is also a hit, 60 damage on Lord Vader. Lord Vader will choose to activate. Same thing as before, just got to do all 4 hits and see if he can get lucky. To be able to hit him, he needs a 7 or higher, and he needs 4 of them. The first one is a success for 30 damage. However, let's use riposte. That is also a success, so 30 damage on Lord Vader. And you can do Gemso style. Did not succeed, so we'll not be able to do that attack. Let's move on now to attack number 2. A 5, that's a miss. Attack number 3, a 5, also miss. And attack number another 5. 3 5s in a row, that is not going to cut it whatsoever. And we'll move on to the next round. All right, initiative. 1, in this case by Lord Vader. Very lucky for Vader to win that. Lord Vader is going to use the force points he's got and the one he would gain on rage, and do attack number 1. Attack number 1 is a 7, which is actually going to hit, just barely though. That's going to be 30 damage. I'll park it here as riposte and Gemso style need to occur. Riposte goes first. A 2. Lucky break for Lord Vader. That'll be a miss. And then Gemso style is going to be a success, so let's do the attack. Also a hit. Okay. That is going to be, let's see, it's 90. It's going to be really tight game here. Now attack number 2. Lord Vader hits. Gemso style, a miss, so take their 30 damage. Now attack number 3. A miss, and then attack number 4. He needs this to succeed, or he's toast. A hit, so he potentially will knock him out right now, although Gemso style needs to occur before all the damage is attributed. Gemso style is a success, and this is probably going to cause a draw, and then they'll have to re-go. A critical hit, 20. Okay, so they both die. I'm just going to call this one a draw, since they are both dead. And we will move on and do a game number 5. Here we go, set up for game number 5. The first 3 went to Scourge of the Jedi, and number 4 was a draw. This one was won by Vader, Lord Vader. Lord Vader will move, do the same strategy, use the force point he would get, and then one of his current ones on Rage and on Assault. Attack number 1, a 7. That's barely enough to do the hit. However, coming in strong is riposte from Scourge of the Jedi. 18, that's going to be 30 damage. Can't do much against that. And then riposte, or not riposte, Gemso style, unsuccessful Gemso style. So that 30 damage is going to stick. Let's now do the second attack. Second attack is a hit. Let's do Gemso style. That is going to be a miss. All right. Let's go to attack number 3. Looking good for Lord Vader, kind of. A hit. Let's park the 30 damage here just for now. And then Gemso Sal, a miss. Did not succeed on that one. And one more hit from Lord Vader, and he will gain a game. A miss, of course. All right, now Scourge of the Jedi can counterattack, do his turn, and we'll see how this turns out. Okay, Scourge of the Jedi will use double attack. Attack number 1 as a hit, and attack number 2 is a hit. Time for initiative. I'll move them both back around. Oh, a 9, and then a 17. Scourge of the Jedi is going to go first and probably end this game right now. Wow, this has been crazy. I'm so surprised that Scourge of the Jedi... I guess I shouldn't be. These powers are geared specifically to do this, but it's still impressive to see. So attack number 1, a 14, and just is going to only need one more attack to knock him out. Here's the 50. A 16, and that does it. Boom. Okay, so you have your champion of the Darth Vader tournament. He is Darth Vader, Scourge of the Jedi, who I don't believe actually lost a single match in the entire game. Went through and just bulldozed every single character. Extremely impressive. Yeah, very, very impressive. Wasn't expecting this necessarily. I thought he would perform well, but did not think he would bulldoze through every single character. Well done, well done, well done. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this entire tournament, and until next time, have a good one.